money to pay for all your Yaka bills conveniently. Open the My Airtel app to buy Yaka units. Airtel Money. Simple, secure, borderless.
Hello and welcome to Lunchtime News. I am Rhoda. Ngozi will dig into it. Minister of State for Information, Communications and Technology, Joyce Nabuswa is optimistic that digital skilling literacy will create competence among Ugandans. The minister made the remarks at the signing of a memorandum of understanding between Ministry of Information, Communications, Technology and National Guidance and ICDL Africa held in Kampala. Let's take a look.
I highly anticipate that the certification program will raise digital competence and standards in our workforce, education and society as one of the IDCL objectives. Hopefully, with time, we can spread out to our education institutions, local governments, sub-counties, town councils, and to the public and private sectors to improve service delivery by using digital technology effectively and efficiently.
We have done an assessment of the level at which Uganda is at in terms of the policies, in terms of the infrastructure, in terms of the digital services, the skilling and research and development you require to walk the journey of digital transformation. So when it comes to the policies, we are at close to 80% or 90%. We are doing very well. We have good policies to run the digital transformation. We have infrastructure. We have rolled out internet connectivity through the private sector players of the telcos, and government has also set up the national backbone infrastructure. We are developing e-services. Some are being developed by our own innovators. You know, now you can apply for a passport online. When you're procuring government, you can do it online. When you're registering your business, you do it online. So government has also made some steps there. Then with the skilling, we are not doing well. We are below 50%. Research and development is also a journey that we have to improve because we are below 50%.
In order to get the kickstart of this MOU, ICDF Africa has committed to supporting the government of Uganda to undertake digital skills assessment across the government to ascertain the level of digital skills gap in the Ugandan workforce. The will contribute towards this assessment, and we can start anytime, even tomorrow.
Now, Ugandans applying for the international travel passports will have to wait until next week to access the service. This follows plans by Ministry of Internal Affairs to upgrade the system for more efficiency. Commissioner Immigration and Passport Control, Brigadier Johnson Namanya, says the offices will be closed between the 19th and 20th of January to enable the upgrade. Let's take a look.
The Ministry of Internal Affairs is to carry out a comprehensive passport system upgrade and maintenance on Thursday, 19th, 2023 and Friday, 20th January 2023, in order to improve its effectiveness and efficiency. This upgrade will affect all passport services, including passport applications, scheduling appointments, enrollment for interviews, printing and collection, and our service centers and offices in Kampala at the headquarters, Chambogo, that's where we issue passports, our offices in the regions of Mbarara, Mbale, and Gulu, as well as our missions abroad. This is Washington, London, Ottawa, Copenhagen, Pretoria, and Abu Dhabi. All these will be shut down on Thursday and Friday for systems upgrade. The passport application portal will not be accessible to our online services at www.passports.go.ug or scheduling appointments for that matter for these 2 days will not be possible. And so will be enrollment and collection at the areas that have been mentioned above. Upon completion of this exercise, applicants who had already scheduled to be served on those dates affected will be served alongside those scheduled on subsequent days. For 19th, we shall serve these clients on 23rd. And for 20th, which is a Friday, we shall serve them on 24th of Jan. Once the system upgrade is complete, the ministry will be back to its normal services, and it will be more efficient and effective and robust with expected improved services across all the areas mentioned.
And learners need to utilize the holiday period and register with the National Identification and Registration Authority. This will help the operationalization of the recently launched revised lower secondary school curriculum. It entails collection of the continuous assessment scores as part of the final UNEB results. UNEB warns schools and learners in particular that failure to register to get the national identification numbers will translate into no grading for the learners despite having attended school for the specified period of time.
The National Identification and Registration Authority, NIRA, have embarked on a nationwide registration exercise for learners in a bid to ensure registration of all students, especially in secondary schools. This is to facilitate UNEB to uniquely identify learners and collection of their continuous assessment scores, one of the major components of the revised lower secondary school curriculum.
NIRA shall set up registration desks at Boma grounds across major cities countrywide. Learners in secondary schools are therefore encouraged to maximize this holiday to know their NIN registration status. They may visit the Boma grounds or any nearest office of NIRA to them.
Accordingly, learners whose particulars were collected in the previous exercises are advised to verify their statuses.
Take this opportunity, this holiday, to register and obtain your NIN from the office that is nearest you. For the bigger districts, we shall be at the Boma grounds. For the smaller districts, we shall be at our NIRA offices. But the list of where we will be available on our website.
Relatedly, schools have been tasked to harmonize their learners' information on the Education Information Management System portal as soon as they can to ease the process of updating learners' promotional scores.
The ministry is advising that the portal will be open until January 31st, 2023 to allow all schools to upload learners who were not uploaded by 31st December 2023. Schools which will not have uploaded learners' data to the EMIS portal shall not be able to update the promotional or transitional status of learners in their schools. UNEB shall use the school and learner information collected by the Ministry of Education and Sport as well as NIRA
Continuous assessment is a strategy implemented by teachers to ascertain knowledge, understanding, skills and mechanism whereby final grading of the learners takes account of all their performance during a given period. Dorcas Kimono, UBC TV News.
Now, the opening of the 2 new government secondary schools in Moroto district hangs in balance after Ministry of Education has failed to post teachers coding them. Moroto District Education Officer Paul Oputa Rupa says the Seed Secondary School in Rupa Sub-County and Tapak Secondary School in Tapak Sub-County have not been coded by government.
Sebulime Vincent is a student at St. Denis Chijaguzo Secondary School, Nakaseke District, and awaits his results for Senior 4. He is a school dependent and pays school fees for himself.
I pay 400,000 shillings to work in the garden of school, to clean the compound, and so.
Kalagala Andrew is another student in Senior 6 who also pays his own school fees.
We spend the whole holiday here working, and if the time comes of studying, we just study without paying school fees.
Both major in fine art and painting as a talent, with support from arts teachers.
We had enough teachers, but some of them were transferred to other schools. So we are missing teachers in this school, and me as the student of Senior 6, I'm a candidate. I need teachers to teach me so that I can get enough points which I can present at the university.
The two work together to design portraits, though tools to use are not enough for their nature of work.
I can fight with the school fees. The problem is the requirements. And if there is someone who can help me for school fees and requirements, I will come out.
I am told that a portrait painted using a pencil costs 300,000 shillings, and that painted using colors costs 500,000 shillings. A portrait painted using a pen costs 800,000 shillings. And if such students are supported in the field of art, perhaps they can make some good money.
These portraits can be used, I can make them on order, I can make them on my own interest to surprise somebody. Yeah. And if someone is surprised, he or she can buy it.
They have designed portraits including President Museveni's, which they handed over to him as a gift.
N'abaako kyatusuubiza naye tetubangako naki na kimu kye tulaba tetuddanga mukulira yadde amawulire agafa ku ebyo.
As the youth, Sebulime has a say on the 37 years of the NRM.
So this government, we are requesting at least to find the way how we the youth we can get jobs after schooling.
Sebulime wants government to incorporate fine art in most of government programs to elevate the talent. Ivan Kahwa and Sebira Andrew, UBC News in Nakaseke District.
And now 3 prominent sheikhs who served under Mufti Mubajje administration have attributed the ongoing saga at Old Kampala to Mufti Mubajje's failure to comply to early resolutions by the Supreme Council Executive Meeting of 8th July 2022, which asked him to step down amicably for the good of Islam. Former Regional Mufti for Northern Uganda, Sheikh Abdulaziz Hussein, former Regional Mufti of Bunyoro Kitara Region, Sheikh Mohammed Irumba, and former Education Secretary at Old Kampala, Sheikh Adam Bazira, told journalists in Kampala that the ongoing saga discredits Islam since it could have been handled through the Muslim structures.
Once you are a religious leader, even in the mosque, an imam, if the followers does not want to pray behind you, you have to leave the mosque. The same if you are a district Kadi, if you are a Mufti of Uganda, once your followers, the fact if there is a vote of people to vote today in Uganda, 99% of the Muslim population want Mubaje to go today before tomorrow. This morning before evening, they want Mubaje to go. So, you know, once you become stubborn and you want to remain there by all means, and you are playing with the law so that you can remain there, always people will get away. Always there is a legal way and a good way by following the legal procedure.
What is remaining is that they should find their way out. We cannot keep these fights at the apex of Uganda Muslim Supreme Council. Enough is enough. Let them find their way out, and if they fail, through the established procedures, they will be evicted. But because of the too much damages, they will also be prosecuted in courts of law.
I failed to deal with a dictatorship. So I decided to resign from Uganda Muslim Supreme Council.
Uganda Muslim Supreme Council. The court in issuing orders they are issuing out, they got to be known on a Friday, and following that, complaints were raised. The court summoned parties. However, the High Court had intervened and called for the file. The dispute is in court, and we're waiting for what the court decides.
Meanwhile, opposition politicians in Acholi sub-region have joined in mourning the death of one of their colleagues, late Simon Akecha, who died last evening from St. Mary's Hospital, Acholi.
Tolit Simon Akecha is described by many as a leader, an educationist, and a person who was passionate about the development of Acholi sub-region.
I think the death of Tolit should teach us one thing. Irrespective of the parties that we join politics with, any party which is in government should respect the citizens. Because it is a decision you take. Not that if you are in opposition, then you are witch-hunted left and right. Life became very difficult for Honorable Tolit. After losing a court case, he was arrested, he was in prison, and that brought a lot of complications on his health. So, we should enjoy our country irrespective of the party you subscribe to.
Sekondo Abok, the former campaign manager in Omoro district by-election, says Tolit transformed farmers in Omoro district.
His vision is to transform Acholi community. He works seriously to see that we develop the local entrepreneurs in Acholi and in Omoro.
The FDC chairman, Michael Lakoni, says his death is a blow to the young opposition politicians in the region.
Say also, when people who struggle are getting one by one dying, it loses morale of others. Because from his serving, being detained in prison for more than 2 years in prison without proper allegation on only being suspected, we would think that maybe his weaknesses also, his body ill health, gotten when you generate it, would have found it from the prison and out of prison.
Tolit Simon went to Parliament under the FDC party in 2006 after a landslide victory over former Speaker of Parliament, Jacob Olanya, who was defeated by his former rival in 2021 general elections.
And now the Vice President Jessica Lupo has commended the fallen Kenya and Seychelles Ambassador Dr. Waswa Hassan Mohamed Galiwango for his generosity to the needy persons in Mbale and other areas. Speaking as a chief mourner at a function to send off the late Dr. Galiwango at Nakaloke Town Council Playground in Mbale City, Lupo said the late Galiwango was a true patriot who held all values of Islamic religion and cared for the children whom he supported with scholarships, among other requirements.
move of Dr. Hassan Galiwango attracted a number of dignitaries from within and out of Bugesu sub-region, not limited to the government officials. Speaking during the send-off function at Nakaloke Town Council Playground, the chief mourner, the Vice President of Uganda, retired Major Jessica Alupo, lauded the foreign ambassador for being kind to the needy people, especially the children whom he provided education sponsorship.
When I requested Dr. Galiwango that I had requests from Katakwi district, which you all know is a rural district, I had requests for some very intelligent and brilliant students requesting for scholarships in his school. Dr. Galiwango offered me those scholarships with ease.
The Muslim community in Mbale City and Bugesu sub-region, through the Mufti of Uganda, Sheikh Shaban Ramadan Mubaje, tasked the Vice President to forward the request to President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni to retain the position of Kenya Seychelles ambassador to the Muslim faith, and in particular a person from the region where the late Dr. Hassan Galiwango was hailing from.
We request that you request His Excellency, the President, to retain our position, the position of Galiwango. We need it. We need it in its totality.
Meanwhile, the opposition chief whip, John Baptist Nambeshi, commended the government for its quick response to airlift the late to Nairobi Hospital for special medical treatment, but urged the government to empower Uganda health facilities with equitable health services.
I want to join the others to express my sincere appreciation to government for the care and attention for better medical health care. I thank you very much. But how I wish that God who performed miracles in the Bible days would transplant those Nairobi hospitals, those Aga Khan hospitals that are located in the neighboring country to Uganda. How I wish.
Miro Galiwango, the son to the late Dr. Galiwango, on behalf of the children, commended his late father for being generous to the communities he lived in. Story compiled by Muhammad Iga for UBC News.
Kotido RDC Ambrose Honoria has banned the migration of jay to neighboring regions of Acholi, Lango and other nearby districts. At least over 5 trucks ferried people to Gago district, but some have been denied access, which has annoyed Kotido leaders. The leaders say people are running away from insecurity and hunger.
Many Karimajong have started flocking neighboring districts of Teso, Lango and Acholi. Kotido LC5 chairperson Paul Komolote says between 5 to 10 lorries ferry women and children to cross to Acholi, Lango.
Great trek happening in Kotido district. Last week, 275 women have left Kotido without counting the children. Some of them are moving with 3 children, some with 2 children. They are running away from the hostile environment.
Every day, about 5 to 10 lorries. Every day, 5 to 10 lorries. These fusos, 5 to 10 lorries go westward.
Out of the district. My first scenario was I saw 2 trucks, and it didn't cause an alarm, and it didn't create. It didn't look like a security threat. But when I was told later that another 2 vehicles were loading more people in the total petrol station, I rushed there, only to realize that another 3 had already taken people. So I could not allow these other 2 to take people. Now, I have also witnessed another 2 vehicles bring the same people whom they took back. Now, this means that these people had money to pay for transport to and fro to Agago. The people from Agago are saying, no, we don't want you here, because sometimes you're a problem. And basically, there were no males, there were no men.
Running away from danger, and we are giving somebody to come back. Now, what is that? That is committing suicide, suffocating somebody.
Away from home, Karimajong do casual labor in exchange for food and money, but at times they are accused of coordinating the raids and murders. However, leaders say people are running away due to insecurity and hunger, which Kotido resident District Commissioner Ambrose Honoria refutes.
We warriors have started killing women, the Rikitai, in the Ila, and they kill the women and burn them in the house, and giving threats to the neighboring women. So those neighboring women have run away. You find someone selling the little sorghum he has to board away and go to the nearby areas. But unfortunately, the security people around Abim are bringing back these people who are running away from hostile environments.
That people don't have what to eat. Now, people are running to the neighboring districts to look for food for survival, to provide labor in exchange of food. Can you imagine?
Highlighted to you that the harvest was not bad. We got a lot of sorghum, and we have had this sorghum going up to Rwanda. We have got this sorghum going up to Burundi. We have got this sorghum going up to Sudan, and some of this sorghum in hundreds of tons is right now lying in stores in Soroti. The same sorghum which is being sold from here at about 600 shillings a kilo is the same sorghum which will come here to be sold at 2,500. Fortunately, I have moved with you to the field. You have seen enough sorghum what that has been translated into ebutia, the alcohol. You've seen it yourself.
Food from the granaries. And now if you don't have food, what do you eat? What do you...
Relatedly, Jen Bosco Akole, a peace activist in Kotido, narrates how he was also displaced from his home in Napompom sub-county, Kotido district, as warriors wanted to kill him.
We also have been displaced. We might sure have difficulties of feeding them. We have been displaced because of talking peace. So here when you talk peace, you are a threat to them. They need you, they need your life. Your children and your family will be in danger. Now I am in Kotido, I lack even accommodation. So
and with that, we take a quick break. When we return, more details, lunchtime news.
Sent transport to the wrong person. Here's how to reverse it with MTN mobile money. Dial *165#. Select My Account. Select Initiate Reversal. You will see your last 3 transactions. Select the transaction you want to reverse. Enter your mobile money PIN and you'll get an SMS confirmation that the transaction has been blocked from being withdrawn. And that's it. Please note, only transactions that haven't been withdrawn can be reversed.
Happiness comes to us in many places. It's in knowing the mosquito net keeps our children healthy. The wife having the support of her husband. It's in deciding together when to have a baby. And for some, focusing on what's important right now. So what's your happiness? Make the right health decisions to ensure happiness for you and your family.
Get the most affordable 4G smartphone in Uganda from Airtel. Now heavily discounted from 250,000 shillings to 150,000 shillings only. Yes! 150,000 shillings only to keep you connected to your loved ones.
Dial *175*94# to activate free 1 GB instantly and 100% double data on all weekly and monthly bundles for 3 months. Get one today while stock lasts from the nearest Airtel shop. With Airtel, the smartphone network.
Capital Shoppers, we have a variety of items like gift hampers, foods, garments, cosmetics, and all sorts of drinks. Enjoy your shopping experience this festive season at affordable prices in our fully stocked brand
branches in the following areas: Ntinda Stretcher Road, opposite Makere Business School along Port Bell Road, Duster Street opposite Nakasero Market, and Garden City on Yusuf Lule Road. At Capita Shoppers, we offer you value for your money. To all our customers and suppliers, we thank you for your continuous support. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Watch out for the big announcement before the biggest game yet as Uganda takes on Senegal on Wednesday, the 18th of January 2023. Tune in to your public broadcaster UBC TV at 9:30. Be part of Chan 2022 and stand tall with the Cranes.
Keeping an eye on all your balance the old way.
I got this. Yeah. Balance is... yeah.
What is he up to now?
*11.
Keeping an eye on all your balance with the My Airtel app. You have the power in your pocket. The power to see all your balance in one place and in real time. Unlock that power with the My Airtel app. Visit the App Store or Google Play now.
Welcome back. Now in business news, in the late 1880s, at the peak of slave trade in eastern West Africa, one man stood out to tackle the outrageous trade and fiercely faced the oppressors. Emin Pasha, the slave trade fighter, left his hallmarks in the West Nile region of Uganda, and to date he is still well regarded by the local community. Dennis Sigoa.
Located on the Albert Nile in Pakwach district, West Nile region, the Emin Pasha fort is famous for fighting slave trade in the late 1880s. Emin Pasha, a physician, explorer, and governor of the Equatorial Province of Egyptian Sudan, set up his base here and had a cordial relationship with the locals. Okumu Primo Lele is a cultural leader and a grandchild of a man who welcomed Emin Pasha to this area in 1885.
Emin Pasha, as we know him by that name, I don't know how he chose this area, but he came here in 1885 and he was welcomed by the community of this place. This place is called Pakwenyo in Wadlai.
Emin Pasha's fort was strategically positioned and surrounded with a ditch for safety purposes.
They came here peacefully, and I didn't hear that they were doing their trade again here of getting people sold to them as slaves. They just stayed with those captured from that end they came from, till the time in 1892, 1891 there, when he departed this area, going to Congo, where he died.
This heritage site, which has been in a sorry state, is currently receiving a facelift from the Sites and Monuments Department of the Ministry of Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities. The land where these two huts that are being rehabilitated, which serve as the information center, was donated by the community in 2013.
The site sits on about 12 acres piece of land, which were given by the community of the place because of the peaceful coexistence they had with Emin Pasha and the team before. Now, the community at this moment are seeing signs of hope in what they have given to the government. When they see the structure being maintained, as you see now, we are rehabilitating the sites. We have been living here without much conflict with the community members. Okay, sometimes we have small engagement, but we have never had a serious fight that the community are reacting against the site had not been happening. So basically, we had people have been benefiting from the site, like the students. We have students coming from different universities, Gulu, Makerere, Lera, and lower primary schools.
Emin Pasha, original name Erwachnitsa, contributed vastly to the knowledge of African geography, natural history, ethnology, and languages. He was born on March 28, 1840 in Poland and died in October 23, 1892 in Kanema, Congo Free State, now the Democratic Republic of Congo. Dennis Igoa and Juman Samba for UBC News.
And now in sports, Minister of State for Sports Peter Ogwang is emphatically hoping for 3 points as Uganda takes on Senegal this evening in the Chan tournament at the 19th May 1956 Stadium Annaba, Algeria. The Uganda Cranes collected 1 point from the previous game against the neighbors DRC in their opener on the 14th of January, where the game ended in a deadlock with neither team scoring a goal. Uganda therefore must win against Senegal to better their hopes of progressing to the next round. Ogwang is in Algeria with the Cranes and notes that the team is committed and has been vigorously training to ensure they win this game.
If Uganda beat DR Congo, it will be news. For me, it can be a 1x for those who know what it means to go and get it right.
The Senegal game is a must win for purposes of us being comfortable to progress to the next level. And I'm happy that the team is really committed. The way they have been training now is all determined that they must win that game. And I want to thank the coach and the entire technical team and the players for what they have shown today. Like I did. Now the rest is up to the team, from the players to prove that in the field. And I'm very happy the players are determined. They have promised to me, I want to make history. And it's about them individually. So ours is to give them encouragement. The rest we leave to God. And I want to thank all the Ugandan fans who are here and those who are at home. I want to tell them that we will be able to do what it takes. The team will do what it takes to represent the country.
I take it on, sir.
The best of luck to the Uganda Cranes, and that sums it up for Lunchtime News. I am Rhoda. Do stick around.